It's all good. Thanks, dude. Hold the end. Hold the end, don't miss your punchline. So hey, I'm Invisible Jim. Oh shit. See, usually I'm at one of the side tables and now I'm seeing myself recording myself and I'm probably gonna be all totally like, hey, sure. Seems sexy, man. Hey, I like you. So if you guys were here in the beginning of this thing, boy, what a fucking clusterfuck. We had a bunch of people down here and it was some kind of political rally. I think it was the MoveOn.org people. And guess what? They don't leave. They say MoveOn.org, but no, they do not move on. So I have no idea. I wrote all my jokes. It's one of those things. So usually they put on the country music to make you leave, or they put on the comedian. So we don't want you to leave. Stick around. Stick around. It gets better. There's a million things that you can talk about in the news just this week. Just like Fox News, just like all the other major channels, they don't talk about anything important. They're going to talk about Kim Kardashian getting engaged, rather than anybody dying in Iraq or Afghanistan. And so that's kind of frustrating. But when you get down to it, Kim Kardashian's a hell of a lot more interesting with her mom, her getting her engagement. She's going to take somebody else's name. I think she just wants to get out of being famous. Does anybody else? I mean, why would you not want to be Kim Kardashian and marry some white guy? He's not even he's a bench guy. He's not even a starter. So when you start looking at it, and her mom saying, don't change your name. You've spent so much time on your brand. What's her brand? She's a porn star. Why not get married and get the fuck out of that business? Take your Revlon money and get the fuck out of the business. Otherwise, you run the risk of becoming just another one of those hoes that go up and knocks down a pimp. Isn't that funny? Isn't there a nice little weird duality between the guy who gets caught, like Mark Wiener, sending out pictures of his wiener? Are you serious? It's his wiener. His name. You know he's going to do it. He just didn't mean to Twitter it to fucking everybody. I just meant to send it to this college girl. Come on. Leave it alone. And then you end up with, what was his name? Mayor Daley. He was the one who got caught with the prostitute, right? Prostitutes in Playboy. She's $1 million up. Sad thing about it for Mark Daley, governor, he's going to be a lobbyist, working for your interests. I'm certain. Because he's jerking off just like you, because he can't get a prostitute because he's too goddamn famous. So I usually try to not go back to the bad jokes, but I figured, what the hell? I've been thrown out of several open mics because I had a rim shot instead of, there's no drunk kid. If there was a drunk kid in here, oh my God. I get possessed by the devil. I become like, Shecky Green, and I just start going for that rim shot. There's so many jokes that do not work when you have a drummer that you think are fucking fantastic, and you just offend everybody by saying, cunt, no, C word, L word, if you say it out loud, no BJ word. I'm a comedian, I gotta work for it. I mean, I brought my drink up, but I would take a drink if you have any comedian groupies. I'm working on the groupies part. I'm trying to lose weight. Been working on it. So I'm getting older, and I realize that there's a lot of shit that young people don't understand, and there's no way you can tell them anything. I'm still in the middle. I mean, look at Lenny. Lenny tells me, hey, try not to be dirty. Think politics. Do something smart with your life. And I go, I'm kind of an attention whore. I'm standing up here amplifying my voice with the spotlight on me, saying, hey, here's some stupid shit that I think. Obviously, you're not here to laugh. I'm not trying to get laughs. I'm trying to practice my jokes. Obviously. No, really, it doesn't get any better than this. So, okay, so I'm going to go back to some just regular jokes because I'm trying to just be on my feet and be conscious when I stand up on stage and look at people. But everybody wants to be a comedian, and nobody ever brings you any actually good jokes. I have a couple people that are friends at work Well, they were friends at work. Now they're just coworkers. Because they come to me with these horrible jokes. Ralph Wiggins comes up with, I have a cat. And I go, yeah, that's not going to work on my open mic. Obviously, I know bad jokes, and that's a bad one. And then somebody will come up with, guy walks into a bar. This is actually a good joke. I like this one too. But a black dude, a rabbi, and a priest walk into the bar. Bartender throws down the rag and he says, "Are you serious? Is this a joke?" Come on, think about it. How many times have you heard that one? Come on. But somebody actually brought me a good one. Nobody ever brings a good joke. Somebody came up and said, "Hey, so what did the Virginia prospector say to the Virginia landowner?" "I'm just here to take a peek." Just a peek. Just fucking flat minded goddamn.
Fuck yeah.
Ah, Jimmy. See, coworker, he actually brought me a good joke. You guys gotta laugh. That's the only laugh I get all fucking night. And mostly because that's off my meds. I finally decided I'm done with my therapist. I've done as much as I possibly can working with her, because every time we're having sex, she just wants to talk about my wife. And I'm like, you're a great therapist. No, you're a great lay, but you're a lousy therapist. There you go. I gotta break up with her. It's the saddest thing. Makes me feel sad for her. I got a horrible joke here about talking about Kim Kardashian and Bruce Jenner. One of the jokes that I came up with that I shouldn't say was, sometimes when I pull my nutsack really tight, I can see Bruce Jenner's face. Because he's so stretched. That's the only thing I can stretch so far. One of the things that I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, PhDs. I work with a bunch of PhDs. Everybody's got a fucking doctorate. Everybody's got a doctorate. Guess what they don't have? They don't have any social skills. So I just started calling it PhDs. So anytime that you're working with somebody who's got a PhD and they just non-functional, just chalk it off in your mind. PhDs. It's something you can't be medicated for. And speaking of being off my meds, if anybody knows, like, where I could get some weed, that would be fucking awesome.
In Denver, you're out of luck.
No, shit, dude. I'm totally fucked. I mean, I can't get a legal Mexican brown anymore. I mean, I used to be able to get 16 ounce. No, I can't get a $20 quarter. I got to pay $50 fucking an eighth, and I don't have a prescription, which means I usually end up having to pay $60 an eighth because they won't let me into the pharmacy or dispensary, whatever they want to call it. And when I go there. When I go and I think about it, I go, ooh, I should be in there. I need a medical problem. I'm about ready to jump into traffic, at least get a fucking leg busted. So, I don't know anybody else who has kids. This looks like a pretty young crowd. So if I can reach out and talk to you about the problem of our generation, it's not so much the stuff that my generation grew up with. We were told, use a condom, don't get AIDS. Use a condom, don't get AIDS. Use a condom, don't have fucking kids. That's the first fucking thing you need to do because they ruin your life. Your marriage was great and then you have kids, can't do anything. They get older, they're knocking on your bedroom door, laughing at the fucking crack. I hear you in there. We're just trying to fuck. Can your dad fuck your mom for once? You call me motherfucker when you talk to your friends, might as well let me fuck her. So, the hardest thing about having a cell phone and being connected to everybody that you know is that you have a cell phone connected to everybody that you know. Let me see. This is the cue where I was supposed to get a phone call. The text message? Anything? No, this is proof that you are a loser. The more you look at this, the more needy you are. So I was talking about weed and having kids, and the dumbest thing about being an adult in Colorado is you have a 20-year-old who has a medical license, and then you have a 15-year-old who wants to smoke pot. What are you supposed to say to him? I mean, seriously, is there a handbook? Handbook? Anybody? Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Eagle Scouts, anybody got a medal that I can give for being a dad to say, don't steal my fucking weed? That's what I have to tell my 15-year-old all the fucking time. Just because your sister smokes weed doesn't mean you get to steal mine, you freaking little ingrate bastard. Wow! That's not DTs. I'm not that drunk yet. That's just fucking fear of silence. So, I'm gonna wrap up on Joe Club. Joe Club is one of those things, if you've seen Fight Club, there's rules. I've been listening to a lot of comedy, and what you end up finding is a lot of edited stuff to where you don't find the freaking guys who, well, okay, I guess it's the people who shout out because you're not funny. They usually edit that out. And thank you for not shouting at me and heckling me while I'm up here, I'm sorry. But, first rule of going to a comedy club is you don't say anything. It's just like Fight Club, easy rules. I hear these bad recordings, I go out, and nobody tells you the rules. Shut the fuck up, that's the rule. You're supposed to laugh. Eventually, at some point, maybe I'll get to something funny. But when all it comes down to it, you don't talk at comedy club, you don't talk at comedy club. You speak when spoken to at comedy club, and then you go tell your friends how funny that guy was. That's it. That's your job when you pay to go see a comedian. I didn't know that. I'm the ass who's always going, Joe! And I hear these people all the time, and I go, God, I didn't realize what an asshole I was. They don't need your help. They practice their jokes, unlike me, and they're fucking doing something with it. So let them do their goddamn jokes. So, there's a whole lot of problems with the internet and porn, and one of the biggest problems is this conflict in my head. Now that I'm 40, I don't really look at like teenage girls as anything that's attractive. They're like girls. I look at teenage boys playing men's basketball in the NCAA. They're fucking boys. They weren't ever boys before. I'm looking at them and I go, God damn, they're not old enough to date my daughter. And then I start looking at pictures of Liz Taylor. I mean, she died. It's a topical issue. I'm jerking off to her, and she was hot. And then I have to realize, hey, wait, is this too soon? Should I not be jerking off to somebody that's dead? And I go, no, it's just too late for her. She could have fucked that old bitch like she deserved. There you go. I'm done. The microphone said you're done. That's hilarious. So whoever's up next, I got you covered. Who's up?
Todd Crowley.
I was done when I started.
Oh yeah.
You gonna sing?
I am. It's an open mic.
Get rid of this one because it's too wobbly. It sucks. This is the Thanks, Jimmy. And I'm glad it was your joke that you laughed at.